Hey guys, so you ready for it? Today is March 21st, 2025, 1:13 a.m. Central Time. So a quick thing, obviously I haven't uploaded in a while, been kind of busy, but also I'm not really sure what to talk about, so if you guys want to throw out some topics, that would be great as well. I've been busy with my business, but also here's some kind of news that I am gonna decide to share. I'm actually running for an office position here in my city, so that got expensive very quickly, let me tell you. A couple people have donated to me actually off social media too, so that's kind of cool. Elections next month, and we'll see. If you want to know more about it, I can do a video on it. Anyway, this video is the Tolerant Left's Violence and Hate. It's amazing to me. You cannot call the left tolerant anymore, even though that's what they used to be, supposedly, not in my lifetime. And I'm a millennial, so it's been a while since they've been tolerant. But I did like a quick list, just off the top of my head, of stuff, and I'm going to show it to you, of shit that the left pulls that makes no logical sense whatsoever. Starting with destroying Tesla vehicles recently, and charging stations, and shooting at dealerships, Molotov cocktails, all that wonderful stuff. And the people who have lit these vehicles on fire and lit themselves on fire, absolutely wonderful. Keep doing that. Keep lighting your fucking self on fire. I love it. I hope nobody puts you out. And then you have to live with the scars your entire life. I hope you don't die. I don't want you to die. I want you to have to live with the scars, look in the mirror, and see what you've done because you're ridiculous. It's funny how they are targeting Tesla, obviously because of Elon Musk and what he's doing. But Elon Musk doesn't just have X, Tesla, SpaceX. This dude's got several businesses. One of them that has to do with like flamethrowers. This guy has quite a few things going on. So the fact they're targeting Tesla is kind of interesting. You'd think they'd want to be hacking the hell out of X or something, because you're not getting your point across. It makes no sense. First of all, these climate change activists, all this emissions that are coming off these vehicles, I wonder how many Teslas would have to be sold to kind of offset that. All you guys loved Elon Musk till he started doing what he's doing. Waltz, Governor Waltz, the VP guy, is praising the Tesla stock is going down, when all in all, Elon Musk he's involved in Tesla, but like most of his wealth is him and what he does and how he invests in his own life and stuff. So like by destroying other people's vehicles makes no sense. By destroying and getting things like this is definitely an effect from this. Some show that was going on regarding vehicles. I don't remember what it is. It's not like the Jackson, Hewitt, whatever the fuck shit. It's some show where Tesla was going to be a part of. They have actually pulled Tesla and sponsors and everything like that out in concern of safety. And so that type of stuff affects a business, okay? But destroying people's individual Teslas does not affect a business, okay? It just doesn't. Scaring individuals from driving their Teslas. So all you guys are gas powered now. Like, what are people supposed to ride bicycles? Like, what is the purpose here to destroy Teslas? I don't get it. But on top of it, they like doxing people. So like they created some website to dox Tesla owners. Well, it turns out that website's not really quite accurate. It also puts targets on not necessarily people, but also dealerships and like charging stations where they don't exist. They're not logical. They're like out in the middle of fucking boondocks that don't exist. So it's not even that accurate, but some of it is accurate. So doxing people is what the left loves to do. They love to cancel people left and right. They're supporting Hamas supporters. They're supporting that dude they're trying to get deported. Okay. And I don't know if that's going to go through or not because of what the judges are halting this shit. Like the State Department has 100% legality behind pulling anybody's visa of any kind. So that's not an issue. But this guy's married to, I believe, an American, which doesn't make him an American. But he is married, and I don't know the laws behind marriage and a visa holder. per se. So that may not even go through, but no one's even talking about that aspect. They're just talking about the fact that he got fucking picked up by ICE and he's got his First Amendment right. All of a sudden, the left loves the First Amendment, even though they try to cancel people left and right for saying shit they don't like. The colleges are, saying First Amendment with all this anti-Semitism shit. And then Schumer writes a book about anti-Semitism, and he's been on shows and stuff after he voted for this bill recently, this continuing resolution, and he's not even bringing that book up. And they are basically making him watch people that have been on other shows like AOC and all these other Democrats and stuff talking shit about him while he's sitting there. I think it was on The View or something like that. And it was really amusing to see that. But it was like they're pushing him out, and they're actually saying that AOC should primary Schumer, which is amusing as fuck. Because I don't think she understands that even if she primaried him, that doesn't mean that you take his position over. You become a senator, you dumbass. You don't become the majority, or in this instance, minority leader of any kind. Your party in the Senate determines who the leadership is, and I guarantee your dumbass is not going to be on there. Because not too many people in the Senate like you. The House is a playground. The Senate are the adults. AOC does not belong there. Anyway, so they support Hamas supporters, right? They're protesting gang deportations. Now, this one was interesting. They refused to find 2 gang members who escaped from an ICE facility that were picked up, and I believe it was in Colorado. ICE notified federal, state, and local, and the local and state were told to stand down. I don't know if those guys ever were found or not. They make felons into heroes, such as Floyd. Floyd was a fucking felon to begin with. His death is a whole other situation if you want to go down that road. Yeah, the guy got convicted of it, but there's a lot of extenuating factors there. But beside the point, this guy has statues. They did murals of him, stupid shit like that. They're Black Lives Matter lovers and all this shit, but they make felons into heroes. It's actually crazy. They defend looters. They defend like those rings that people were just going into stores and ripping things out and, wandering off. And it's like, oh, no, that's okay, And what was AOC said? They said that they don't have money and they're, this is their livelihood and they can't afford bread and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, the motherfuckers weren't stealing bread. They were stealing like Louis Vuitton purses and shit. Anyway, they provide material and financial support to vandalism, I should have put. They support men in women's spaces and sports, which is intense because here's the deal. There's no debate around this, okay? Men should not be in women's spaces or sports. I don't care if you're a transgender, tranny, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. You're still not a woman. You don't belong in women's spaces. And to be honest, 100% honest, you definitely should not be in sports, women's sports. I don't care if you are on the hormones that made you a total, like, 6-breasted chick. Your hormones are so fucked up that you are a female. Like, your chromosomes even changed, okay? Like, you are no longer just the chromosomes of a man. You are now a woman. If they literally prove that, you still do not belong in women's sports because you are built different. You have larger lungs. You have bigger hearts. You have more strength, regardless of what you do to your chromosomes or your hormones, okay? You have longer legs. You have longer arms. Like, just for all kinds of reasons. It's unfair. It's unfair. And these men are taking, and this is the part that pisses me off, and it is a good thing I'm not in high school right now because I was in every sport imaginable. I was in volleyball, basketball, soccer. I wrestled. I was on track. I threw. You name it, I've done it, okay? And if this shit happened while I was still in high school and I'm as mouthy as I am now, I was way more mouthy back then and really uncontrollable. You talk to my mom. Oh, my God. I'd be on every news network. You think Riley Gaines has been on a lot of shit? I would have been on everything. But beside the point, they're taking away women's opportunities for scholarships. They're taking away women's opportunities to place on a team, to get ranked, they're missing out on these opportunities that if you're not getting ranked and you're not moving on, that means that the college, well, first of all, college then kind of drops you off a little bit because you're no longer ranked higher, but you're missing out on opportunities to be seen by scouts, okay, for colleges and even professional, who knows. I mean, so women are missing out on not just their sports, they're missing out on money, they're missing out on education, all kinds of stuff because of these men. That is what pisses me off. It's not so much about seeing a guy's dick in the women's room. I mean, if some guy, oh my God, if I was in high school, some dude walked in, he strips, he's got a dick, guess what? I had a lot of friends that were very similar to me. I probably would have walked over to that motherfucker, grabbed his dick, and yanked it, and heard him scream like a woman. And then who's going to tell anybody but, my buddies, which they're not going to say a word, who's going to believe the man that I yanked his cock, when I can be completely innocent every possible way that I would say it and all my friends would, or I just do it when I'm by myself because there's no fucking cameras, and there shouldn't be, maybe there are now, in women's spaces. So I would just terrorize that guy mentally and physically. It would just be bad. So men are causing women to not rank, lose out on scholarships, lose out on education, lose out on opportunities to be seen by scouts. It is insane. So they support men and women's spaces in sports, even though they were supposedly, the champion of women. They demoralize men, all men, not just white men, mainly white men, but not just white men, all men. They have the whole toxic masculinity, which is the most ridiculous shit ever. These people have created so many new words in the dictionary, it's insane. I can't even keep up with all of them. Supportive of drug use, which causes homelessness. Look at fucking California. Look at fucking Houston. All those places where people are popping up tents, doing drugs, and they're stealing, and they're all kinds of stuff because of their drug use, and they don't have jobs, and they have no house over them. But they also do these programs where it's like, oh, well, if you want to do drug use, you can come in here, and we'll give you a crack pipe. No problem. Anyway. They fight for lower sentences for violent felons. Gascon is a good example of that. The retard that was here in Missouri, Kim Gardner, example of that. The bitch that's in Illinois, I think both of them are out of office at this point. I mean, it's ridiculous. Soros money. It's insane how people can affect our elections to the degree they are able to with cash. They do no cash bail. Look how well that's working out, guys. Look how well that's working out. Not just in New York City, but I believe Chicago has that now. Calls Border Patrol and ICE Nazis. Obviously had an open border. They chanted, defund the police. Remember that? Defund the police, pigs in a blanket, blah, 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 blow them away. They said defund ICE. AOC said that, defund ICE. They want to close prisons. You know who said that? AOC and what's her name? She's a black chick that I don't know if she shaved her head or what she did. She's part of the squad. Presley said close prison. She was huge on that. Moving on. Meltdowns over pronouns and basically anything you call them accidentally. If they have meltdowns over everything. If you say something about what they look like, their hair, if you're a he or a she or an it or a gender, meaning like gender fluid, or you're transgender, or you're pansexual. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Or cis. I don't even know what the hell that is either. Like all these little stupid things. It's like, how are we supposed to even keep track of this shit? I don't even know what half of it means, and I'm not going to look it up because I don't care. And get over it. Like, just fucking live your life and stop pushing on everybody else. And the cards they love to play. Racist, sexist, fascist, which they have no idea what a fascist actually is, because they actually mirror it quite well. White supremacy or supremacists, transphobia, Islamophobia, all the phobias that are out there, MAGA extremists. I mean, they just throw anything that sticks at the wall. And they absolutely love to rewrite history. If you have paid attention, they're attempting to say they weren't the ones saying defund the police. That was Republicans. It's like, are you shitting me? The internet's forever, motherfucker. You got mainstream media people. You assholes went to protests. There's protests everywhere. They just took down the Black Lives Matter square or some shit in D.C. I mean, it's like, what do you think that was all about? That's hate. It was hate and violence. Summer of love. These people just don't know how to function in a normal society. And it's insane. It's insane. They immediately go... The problem with the left is they have no self-responsibility and rationality and are incapable of controlling their emotions. 100%. They drive on emotion. Even the politicians on the Democrat side and the hard left side retards drive on people's emotions. They say things that are lies, flat out lies, spin stuff really hard. People believe it because they get all emotional and driven. And that's why people are blowing up Teslas. Because it's like, what the fuck has Elon Musk even done to any of these people that they're so pissed off? I'd love to interview these people. I'd love to be like, what is it that Elon Musk did to you that you are so bent? Okay. Did he fire some of your fucking family members or something? Like, I mean, he didn't do anything. Elon is not doing anything. Doge has no responsibility for anything. All they're doing is finding numbers, and then they're recommending to the heads of these people or these departments, such as Rubio and the State Department. He's suggesting to Donald Trump about the U.S. aid, all this stuff. So he's finding things that the left doesn't like because it's shit that they have been funding for years. And if they follow the money in these areas that are going overseas, guaranteed they're not going overseas. They're going through overseas bank accounts, but someone's rerouting it back to some of these Democrats the way they're having strokes. And whoever held the fucking focus groups, period, like multiple maybe, saying to these Democrat politicians that using vulgar language such as fuck, shit, asshole, bitch. I mean, they're going so far they haven't said cunt yet, but I foresee that happening. I mean, it's like whoever did that focus group, who was a part of it? Who was a part of it to say that sounds great? These people are representatives of entire states, entire districts going to DC that are making policies and laws for us, and they're sitting there on the streets cursing, saying fuck, 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 and all this shit. And it's like, it doesn't even come off normal either. Like, I curse up a storm because that's just who I am. I just curse all the time. Fucking pisses my mom off like crazy. But guess what? I'm rubbing off on her. She says fuck occasionally now, which is hilarious to hear out of an old woman. Oh, I love it. Never heard anything like that growing up. I was always a sailor in the house, is what my mom always called me when I was a teenager. I'm a sailor, not so much Marine. But anyway, so it was like, it was crazy. It's crazy that they're out on these stumps, screaming like banshees, cursing up a storm. Who are they catering to? Because even Gen Z is moving right. Like, it sounds as though they're kind of like independents / right. There aren't too many like Gen Z Democrats, it sounds like. It's all this specific, like it's specifically, there's a lot of millennials that are Democrats. There's a lot of people that are, what's not millennials? They were Gen X or something that's above me. Whatever it is, I don't know. I can't keep track of all these stupid generations. That are Democrats. But the Gen Z, I'm actually very impressed with, that they have a rational head on their shoulders. It's shocking. I'm sure not all of them do. In fact, I know a couple that don't. But I'm just saying, in general, as a population, they seem to be, like, very responsible for their emotions, how they react. They're responsible for certain things. They're innovative. They're doing a lot of creativity and stuff like that. It's really interesting. It's really interesting to see this Gen Z grow up. But half my millennial generation is a bunch of fucking retards, which are the people that are blowing up these cars. So anyway, the tolerant left's violence and behavior and hate is what drives them, and it's insane. If you are a leftist, Democrat, whatever, and think this is great and laughing at it and all that stuff, I laugh when they light themselves on fire. I think that's fucking great. But if you're laughing at this and you're laughing at, hoping that Tesla tanks and maybe even SpaceX, spaceships blow up in the air or something, like whatever you are hatefully hoping against Elon Musk's businesses, you need to check yourself and look in the mirror and ask, why are you so hateful? What has Elon Musk to touch your life? As far as I know, he hasn't touched my goddamn life. He's entertaining. I know that. The stuff they're finding is very entertaining. Whether any of it's going to get ripped back, who knows? Congress has to do with all that. Department of Education needs to be torn down by Congress. So it's like a lot of this stuff is just, he's opening the books to the public eye. That's all he's really doing. Congress has to rake back all this bullshit. And it's funny to see these congressional members being like, oh my gosh, yes, we should definitely, I can't believe this went there. And yes, we need to rake back that money and blah, blah. It's like, motherfucker, you fucking funded that. You funded that. You funded USAID. And you didn't bother to look at where that money's going. But you gave them billions of dollars for whatever pet projects those motherfuckers were doing. You guys did not do your oversight. So all these fucking congressional members that are like, yeah, I can't believe this stuff was going there. And, we're, so plus, Elon Musk is great. Trump's great. All this stuff's great. Oh, we're going to, take so much money off the deficit and in the budget and blah. It's like, bitch, you did this. You did this. In fact, you did it so recently, you did it last year. Anyway, this is Are You Ready For It? Take care, guys. Have a great day.